Hi guys, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Monday, and that means jazz. And today we're going to look at an album by two fellows that have been around for a long, long time, played together in different bands, different situations, but today they're playing just as a duet. And I'm talking about Ed Bickert, Rob McConnell, and the album called Mutual Street. Now, Rob and Ed have been mainstays of the Toronto music scene for forever. They were first call session men. Rob started up the Boss Brass with a lot of the guys that he worked with in sessions. Ed Bickert was certainly one of those. He was guitar player of the Boss Brass for years. But they never really done much work together. I don't think there was anything other than this album they had done. And it was just guitar, trombone. Now, I'm just going to read you a little bit about it because there's not a lot of background on this. I'm just going to read some quotes from the different players that were on it to give you some context of what was going on in the album. This is from Ed Bickert. It says, Rob and I played together for many years. Quartets, quintets, sextets, right up to the 22-man Boss Brass. And now, the duo. You mean I have to play my own bass notes and try and keep time? Who do you think I am? Jim Hall? Joe Pass? And then Ed says, I knew I should have bought that book on how to be your own rhythm section. Aside from feeling rather lonely during my turn at bat, I enjoyed the freedom to play anything I liked without harmonic and rhythmic clashes. Of course, Rob's rhythmic styling and playing in the swing pieces was a decided asset, not to mention his warm and lyrical feelings in the ballads. Then, too, his talent as a composer and arranger gave these tracks some shape. Ed Bickert. What did Rob think going into this duo? Well, Rob says the experience of recording a duo album with my old friend and compatriot Ed Bickert certainly sets us up at a different set of parameters than recording with the Boss Brass, 22 musicians. First of all, if anything goes wrong, it won't be Ed's fault, and it's hard to find other people around to blame. One of the more pleasant aspects of this combination is the absence of anything unnecessary, or in other words, the clarity of the music. Certainly for the listener, the opportunity to hear Ed's harmonic and rhythmic capabilities will, no doubt, be a treat. It is for me. The length of time between sessions for this album, it was recorded between March 1982 and May 1984. A little over 2 years to record the album, is entirely my fault. It seems to be a long wait for enough chops to finish it. I hope the wait was worth it. And that's Rob McConnell. Produced by Rob McConnell, Ed Bickert, and Phil Sheridan, another Toronto familiar character. Here's what they were playing. We got Royal Garden Blues, Wrap Your Troubles in Dreams, Imagination, What Else Is There to Say? That was kind of a twofer. I'll Be Around, and April in Paris. Side 2, Strange Music, Everywhere, Open Country, a Bob Brookmeyer tune, Sweet and Lovely, and Maybe You'll Be There. Again, we're down to just the two players, and there's a little shot of them on the back here. I don't know if any of you recognize them. Ed Bickert, always kind of minimalistic in the band. He sat back in the back. He was always there. He was always really down with what he did, but not a big showman to attract a lot of attention if you didn't really look for him. And Rob McConnell, again, arranger, composer, leader of the Boss Brass, session man, taught at the Grove School of Music in California for a few years. Certainly no stranger to the jazz scene. But it was a nice treat to hear the two of them together. And as Rob said, to get the clarity of the music. We're not mixed in with big, heavy arrangements with a lot of instruments. It's just the two of them playing and having a great time. So that's it for today. If you get a chance, I know Rob McConnell's got albums on the streaming network, and there's hard copies available. Same with Ed Bickert. And if Ed doesn't have it a lot out, another great place to hear him was with Fraser McPherson Band. Fraser McPherson, a sax player from the West Coast. I saw him, and Ed was one of his backup men on that. And again, an excellent job. This one, it might be on there. If it's not, check out the individual players, get an idea what's there, and keep your eyes open. Maybe this will be one of those discount bin finds that you'll pick up somewhere along the road. Okay, so that's it for today. Rob McConnell, Ed Bickert. Some classic duet music, some Canadian jazz, and again, everything from Toronto. Okay, everybody, hopefully you had a great weekend. Starting into our second full week of 2022. Hope everybody's doing well. We'll see you on Wednesday when it's classic rock. Until then, take care. Thanks for stopping by.